Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm giving you guys a story time on the time that I did K.Michelle's makeup. So if you want to hear about what happened, then keep on watching. So this was Sweetie's Day 2017, and it was a regular day at work, and I honestly was booked and busy. I had a really full amount of clients that day. So I'm working, it's around 4 o'clock, and while I'm working, my phone rings. Usually while I'm working, I like to have my phone on either silent or vibrate. But this specific day, my phone was actually on silent. So I would glance over my phone from time to time while I'm grabbing brushes and foundation and things. I would like periodically look at my phone. So I looked at my phone and I noticed that I had a missed call from a 404 area code, and I know that that's Atlanta, Georgia area code. They called twice. So when I noticed that they called twice, I went on ahead and texted the number like, "Hi, how may I help you?" Because it's loud in the shop, music is playing, everybody talking. Plus, I don't have time to be on the phone while I'm working. So I basically texted and said, "Hi, how may I help you?" This person responded and basically said, "Hi, I'm K.Michelle's manager, such and such. She's in town. She has a play tonight at the Fox Theater. We need a makeup artist ASAP. Can you do it?" Basically. So I didn't honestly think that it was like real. Honestly, I just didn't. I thought it was too good to be true, to be honest. So I went on ahead and I just kept reading the message over and over. I read the message about 5 times. So I'm like, let me text back and just, let me just see. 50% was like, "Oh my gosh, this is like K.Michelle's manager." And then the other 50 was kind of like, this could be some BS. Somebody could be joking around. So I really was just like, we'll see. So I went on ahead and texted her back, and I basically said, "Thank you so much for inquiring. Yes, I'll be available. What time?" And blah, blah, blah. So she proceeds to text me back and say, "We need you down here, walking in, setting up by 6:30. She said that the products that she wanted me to use were Black Opal, Becca. It was a few Tarte items. It was a specific setting spray. Like, it was a list of things that I had to grab or that I needed to have in my kit before I got there. So I'm like, okay, cool. Still was like uneasy about knowing like if it was real or not. So I went on ahead and I texted her back and said, "Okay, cool, no problem." So then she texted me back and said, "Okay, can you please send me your first and your last name so that we have, your identity. Please make sure that you bring a copy of your ID, or if you have a passport, that's cool too. Some form of identification with your first and last name on it. See you at 6. It's going to be a guy dressed in all black at the side door of the Fox. So I want you to come in the side entrance and you can come in that way." So I said, "Okay, cool. I'll text you when I'm en route." She said, "Okay, thanks." So in my mind, I'm just kind of like, this is not true. Still, like, I'm still like, this is definitely cap. So I went on ahead and I just kept on like going down our thread, just reading it, because I honestly was just lost for words. Like, I'm just like, if this is real, this is honestly like blowing my mind if this is real. So I'm like, let me go next door. Let me ask another makeup artist here if she can cover me for the rest of my clients, because I still had about 4 or 5 clients left. Basically was like, "Hey, I got an important opportunity that just hit my phone. I gotta leave in about an hour. I gotta be there at 6, but I do have a few more clients. Would you mind taking them?" And she said, "Yeah." So she was like, "Dad, who you about to do? Like, who?" And I'm like, I can't even tell you right now, because a part of me still don't even feel like it's real. Like, just give me a minute. So she was like, "Okay, cool." So I went back next door to my side and I went on ahead and just like stood in the bathroom and really was just rereading the thread again. Like, I was still mad shocked. So I'm reading the thread, and it basically, you know, really set in at that point. It was just kind of like, all right, Dayle, like, this is actually real. This is true. You about to do K.Michelle's makeup. Get ready. So one of the hairstylists that I'm super close with now, she was like, who you about to do? Who you about to do? Because she overheard me and the makeup artist talking. So I'm like, I just can't even get it out right now. So she was like, who, tell me. And I'm like, it's K.Michelle. And she was like, what, Day? And I'm like, yeah. And she literally was like so happy for me. Like, she was so happy. She was literally like, you about to make her feel like how you make me feel when you do my makeup. I feel so beautiful when I get out your chair. Like, she's about to have this experience of getting glam by day. Like, this is serious or whatever. So then she was like, give me a hug. And literally at that moment when she was like, give me a hug, I literally started crying. Like, that's when it really hit me. Like, I literally started crying. And if you really know me, you know that I'm very sensitive and emotional. Like, I could be the coolest being ever, but I'm very sensitive and emotional. And the tiniest, like literally like the teeniest thing will literally make me cry. So I basically was crying or whatever, tears of joy. And then I went back to the side that I work on, and I'm just like, I got something to tell y'all. And they like, what, you pregnant, you pregnant? And I'm like, no. So they like, what is it, what is it, what is it? So I'm like, I just can't spit it out. Like, and honestly, y'all, I've never been at a loss of words before. Like, I've never been at a loss of words. And the feeling of being lost of words, like, it's exactly how it sounds, being lost of words. Like, I'm standing there like, I could not get it out. Like, I was stuck to the point where I couldn't get it out. Like, I couldn't even tell them exactly what was going on. So they like, tell us, tell us, tell us. One of the hairstylists there was like, let me see your phone, because whatever you got going on is going to be in your phone. So give it here. And I'm like, no, take my phone. Like, let me just get it out. I'm about to say it. So they like, okay, cool. So I finally it was like word vomit. It just came out and it just came out. So basically, they was like, what? And I'm like, K.Michelle manager just hit me up, and she just asked me to do K.Michelle's makeup. And literally, I just bust out crying. Once again, it's the second time I bust out crying. And like, everybody was hugging me, and they was just like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so happy for you. Like, this is big. How do you feel, you know? So I was just, like I said, very lost for words. It was a moment for me. And it was a moment because it's like, when you work hard when you work hard at doing something where you're great at what you do and you get recognized for it, it's just kind of like, it's a really good feeling. On top of that, it's like, I used to always watch K.Michelle on Love and Hip Hop. My mom used to love watching her show that she ended up getting after Love and Hip Hop. We would always talk about it. We would always watch it, you know. And it was just like, it's a big deal. Like, it was a really big deal. So after all of that, I ended up finishing up my client that I was working on. And I had, I finished her. I packed up all of my things, and I did some things that her manager requested I did not have in my kit. Some Becca stuff. I had the black opal. Some Tarte things. The spray that she requested I didn't have. So it was a few things I had to go to the mall to get. So I ended up getting my brother to take me to the mall and also to drop me off downtown so that I wouldn't have to drive. I wouldn't have to worry about parking and all of that stuff. So I went to the mall. I got exactly what I needed. On my way to the Fox, I literally was in the car shaking. Like, I could not relax. I couldn't listen to music on the radio. I couldn't like have my phone and open it in my hand and just texting. I couldn't do that. I literally was just looking out the window being nervous. Like, I was nervous. I literally was like tearing up. Like, it's just a joyful feeling that comes over you. And I do have anxiety sometimes, so the anxiety definitely was kicking in. I was nervous, I was shocked, I was thankful. It was so many just emotions that I had. And like, I remember my brother just telling me, like, you got this and you do this. This is what you do. This is your job. Why are you freaking out? Why are you acting weird? Like, why are you nervous? Like, she's a normal person just like you and I. And if you wasn't good at what you have, if you're not good at what you do, you wouldn't even have this opportunity. You wouldn't have a chance. So honestly, cheer up, do what you gotta do, kill it, and we can talk about it later. So I'm just like, he right, like, Dele, get it together, like, stop being nervous, like, chill. So he pulled me up to the side door, but he pulled me up to the side door to Fillmore. Mind you, I'm not familiar completely with a lot of things downtown, but he pulled me up to the Fillmore instead of the Fox. I gave him those directions though. So I'm outside of the Fillmore and I'm calling the manager. I'm just like, hey, I made it, I'm here. So she was just like, all right, well, it'll be a guy or two at the side door or whatever to come get you, and I'm coming down now. So I'm like, okay. So I'm standing there. I'm talking to the security. They like, it's no play here. I feel like it's next door at the Fox. And I'm like, I went to the wrong door. So I went on ahead and walked around the back with all of my things. I made it to the side door of the Fox, and her manager was there waiting for me. I went upstairs and I walked into basically her glam room, and it was her hairstylist that was going to be there. So we talked a little bit while I set my things up, and you know, she was just expressing to me that this was her first time doing a celebrity. You know, she was actually very, very nervous, and we were just talking about how much we really loved K.Michelle, how excited we were. We had like similar emotions. We were just talking about where we both worked, and you know, just kind of getting to know each other. Probably like 20 minutes upon my arrival, in walks K.Michelle. She walks in. She's super, super small. She's shorter than me, and I'm 5'2", and I feel like she's like 5'11". She's so small. She had on sunglasses. She had straight weave, but her ponytail was pent to the back. She had like a cami top on, some leggings, and some regular like gym shoes. So when she walked in, she was kind of on her phone. Her headphones are in, and she was just like, hey, how y'all doing? And we like, hi, you know, I'm Dele, I'm such and such, nice to meet you. And she showed me a picture of how she wanted her makeup. She wanted her makeup very, very natural and soft. So she basically wanted a reddish brown transition shade, like a crease color. And then on top of her lid, she wanted like a champagne gold type of color. While I was prepping to, you know, get my brush and put the foundation on it and put it on her face, my nervousness kind of went away, honestly. After I actually started working, all of those feelings and all of the nervousness really just kind of went away. And I was able to relax and actually do my job. Another thing is that, like, while I was doing her makeup, she was just asking us, you know, were we from there? How long have we been doing, you know, hair and makeup? Did we have any plans for the rest of the night after we did her? Are we staying for the show? Like, you know, she was kind of getting to know us a little bit. And she was very sweet. She was on her phone majority of the time, but she was very sweet. Whenever she did not like something, she definitely will let you know. So, I actually did her eyebrows, and she hated them. She absolutely hated them. So she was like, I don't really like my eyebrows. She felt like they were a little dark for her, and I like to use like a chocolate warm brown so that it would look good with all hair colors. Brown, blonde, red, whatever, it would still look good. And she had like a 1B type of color, so the chocolate brown would have went well with it. But she liked her eyebrow color to be almost not even there. So versus like a reddish chocolate brown, she really wanted like a taupe type of brown, which means like very like grayish, light, like super light brown. So I ended up taking off her eyebrows, and I did them for the second time. She actually really, really loved them. So I was happy about that. As I proceeded to do her makeup, She had her own lashes, so I was able to put those on her. She had like a really pretty pair of mink eyelashes, so I used those. We had 30 minutes to glam her before she went off for her first scene. So with that being said, we finished up as fast as we could. We stayed for the first scene. So backstage is where, obviously, you know, they are getting like mics and headsets on, and they basically are going on stage. So the picture that I posted, the 2 pictures that I posted of her was backstage. One was just her walking from being on stage, and the other one was me actually applying her lip color, just giving her a touch-up. We basically gave her touch-ups in between scenes. It was about 8 scenes, to be honest, and we probably touched her up for half of those. So that was cool. So we actually got a chance to watch the play from backstage, and we got to see a few other celebrities that was actually starring in the play. So it was a pretty cool experience. We actually changed up her look for a second time. So basically I just really kind of smoked her eyeshadow out a little bit more. While the middle of the play was going on, me and the hairstylist actually sat inside of, it's like a sitting room, I guess you can say. So they like, it had like the basketball game on, or a football game. I think it was basketball at the time. So they had a game playing, so a few people was in there just chilling, you know, watching TV or whatever. So after the job was actually done, we went back to her glam room. We, you know, started cleaning up our things. And her manager also informed us that we could not take pictures if it wasn't with a professional camera. No pics, honey. No pics. So literally, I have to thank Cardiac Films, because if it was not for him, I would not have the photos that I do have, which I am very, very thankful for. I would not have those pictures. And he was booked as a photographer for her, all of her pictures that night. So if it was not for him, it would have been a wrap. So thank you so much, Cardiac Films, for getting those pictures to me. So after I packed up my things, you know, we was just all talking, and, you know, she was asking us what we were doing for the rest of the night. Telling us if we ever go to Atlanta, visit her, her restaurant, and things like that. So it was just small talk. We told her thanks for having us, and, you know, basically one of those things. So my brother actually didn't even pick me up because I took an Uber home. I honestly was there a lot later than I thought I was going to be. So I was just like, I'ma just Uber home. It's no biggie. So I Uber home. So on my way there, I was just really, everything was still soaking into me. Like, wow, you really just did K.Michelle's makeup, sis. It really happened. Like, you really just did K.Michelle's freaking makeup. Like, so it was still kind of like setting into me, to be honest with you. And I still was just like, wow, this really happened. Like, this really happened. And I was just so thankful and so just determined to keep adding more and more and more and more and more celebrities to my resume, because I feel like once you reach a certain level, it's only up from there. And you have to act that way. It's only up from there, you know? So it's like, you do K.Michelle, you got to move on to the next person. Like, you can't be stuck on the fact that you did this one person. Like, you got to be ready to rise up. And that's kind of what it was for me. I was just kind of like, well, at this point, this is opening doors for me mentally, with my confidence, with my belief. Like, you can do anybody's makeup in the world at this point. Like, it's not limited. I actually didn't know how I got the opportunity. I was still kind of wondering, and I never really asked. So when I got home, I ended up going to Instagram because I posted it. So I went to Instagram just to look at, you know, the comments and stuff like that. And I went to my DMs, and there was another makeup artist in my DM, and she was just like, hey, hun. She was like, I just referred you to do K.Michelle's makeup today. Her manager is going to be reaching out to you. let me know how it goes, and I wish you the best of luck. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, like this was a actual referral. Like this was somebody who felt like I was capable of doing the job. Like I was just so like, I just felt so much more good. I was just like, oh my gosh. So I DM'd the makeup artist back, and I was just like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, like, for referring me. Like, thanks for acknowledging my work. You know, thanks for believing that I could get the job done. Like, thank you so much. I was so appreciative, and I absolutely love her work. So I was just like, oh my gosh, she notices me. So it was just one of those things. It was just a huge day full of love, hope, gratitude, joy, happiness. It happened so fast. Like, it really did. It happened so fast. And I feel like since everything happened the day of and I didn't have time to prep mentally or nothing, I just had to go for it. I feel like that's what makes me a true artist. Like, sometimes these opportunities come an hour or two before you have to be there and do it. And honestly, I know it kind of sucks sometimes because it's like, oh, I was doing this or I was doing that, or I got money on the floor, I got clients, I got, you know, that's one thing to understand. But another thing to understand is that you got to look at every opportunity as your last one, you know, because as easy as that celebrity found you, she could find another person and another person and another person. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at that opportunity as a door opener for a lot of other things. Like, after you do certain people, you gain relationships with those people, and you gain like trust and a good relationship. When they fly back here for something, they might even request you to do their makeup. So honestly, you never know what one opportunity can lead you to. And basically, you got to just take everyone that comes your way. Like, you got to just go for it. If it works out, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it's great for the experience. For everyone who DMs me and asks me, you know, how to become a celebrity makeup artist and what do I do? How do I get this done? How do I get that done? And I feel like it's a lot of factors that goes into becoming a celebrity makeup artist. And it's something that I always wanted to be. Even after I started doing makeup, I knew that I want to do celebrity makeup. I want to travel. You got to really know that you want it. And you got to honestly do research on it. And you have to believe that it can happen. And it will honestly manifest and come to you. Like, it will literally come to you. In the beginning of my career, I definitely was reaching out to people that was known in my local area. Like party hosts, dancers, you know, celebrities in my area. It was opening up opportunities, doors, clientele. I was getting a lot of clientele off of people posting me. But now that, like, people are, like, basically, it's just coming, just kind of like jumping into my lap, I just kind of feel like I manifest that to happen. I was able to put the work in. I was able to make the right connections. And I was able to conduct myself as an artist. It's a certain etiquette. It's a certain attitude to have. It's a certain vibe. It's a certain, like, professionalism altogether that you should have when you are doing celebrity clientele. It goes for both celebrity and your regular clientele. If you guys would like to see a video on how to become a celebrity makeup artist, what necessary steps you need to take to get where you want to be, then please comment below and let me know, because I can definitely do a video on that. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you guys would like to see more story times, please feel free to comment below or even DM me on Instagram. My Instagram name would be down below. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. Bye. This shit looks gosh.